My mother rarely had to shout. She could hush a room with one sentence, laid down so neatly it left no mess behind, only silence. But that morning in courtroom 11C, she abandoned neatness. "She never served," she said, each word bright with contempt. "She stole our name. Every part of her story is false." The words didn't ring. They struck. Heads turned all at once. Pens paused. Someone behind me released a breath as if they had been waiting all morning for that exact accusation. I did not look at her. I looked at the bench. Judge Miriam Voss sat above us in black robes, still as stone, her face unreadable. She had said very little all morning. Not detached, contained, like a woman bracing a locked door against weather nobody else could hear. When her gaze settled on me a heartbeat longer than it needed to, I felt something stranger than judgment. Recognition. The courtroom smelled of lemon cleaner and paper handled too many times. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. The air had that courthouse chill, as if warmth had been edited out by policy. 6 feet away sat the people who made me. On the plaintiff's side, my mother, Caroline Mercer, immaculate in a cream suit, posture perfect, pearl earrings catching the light. Beside her, my father, Thomas Mercer, quiet and polished in charcoal wool, hands folded like this was a board meeting. Their lawyer stood half a step ahead, smooth and confident, already speaking as if the truth were merely paperwork waiting to be stamped. On my side, there was only me. No legal team, no binders, no stacked exhibits. Just a dark coat, my hair pinned back tight, and my hands folded in my lap to hide the tremor moving under my skin. My uniform was at home, folded in cedar. I could still feel that uniform anyway. The pull of the shoulder seam, the rough patch against my arm, the phantom grit of Afghan dust that never truly leaves your body once it gets in. Kandahar had its own smell. Heat, diesel, metal, and sand baked so hard it seemed to enter your blood. Even in that cold courtroom I tasted it. The bailiff called the case again. Mercer v. Mercer. A pause followed, brief but sharp enough for the absurdity to settle over everyone listening. My mother leaned forward. "She built a life on invention," she said. "Lower now, but no kinder. Service records that don't exist. Benefits she had no right to claim. A uniform she never earned." Her attorney picked up the thread with practiced ease. "No enlistment under my social security number in any public military database. No discharge papers available through ordinary verification. Deposits linked to veteran assistance. Testimony, if needed, about my history of unstable, attention-seeking behavior." The words were polished for damage. Unstable, fabricated, attention-seeking. I stayed silent. People mistake silence for surrender. I learned long ago it does something more unsettling than argument. It leaves people alone with what they have chosen to say. On paper, their case was elegant. At 18, I had left that house with a duffel bag and a shaved head, waiting in the doorway for something I was too proud to ask for. A blessing, a question, a sign I could come back changed and still belong. My father had kept reading the newspaper. "Try not to embarrass us," he said. That was all. "Miss Mercer," Judge Voss said, drawing me back. "Yes, Your Honor." "You've chosen to represent yourself." "I have." She studied me, not for weakness, but like she was matching my face to a memory she almost trusted. "Very well," she said. "We'll proceed." Their lawyer called my silence myth. Judge Voss moved. "Miss Mercer," she said, "during your service, were you ever assigned outside standard reporting channels?" "Yes, Your Honor." "Could you prove it with public records?" "No." A murmur rippled through the gallery. My mother's shoulders loosened, pleased. Then the judge asked quietly, "Do you remember a convoy near Kandahar, an IED strike? A woman with a torn shoulder artery who kept asking for her field log?" The room vanished. Heat rushed back into me, diesel and smoke, my hands slick with blood as I pinned an artery shut and ordered her not to close her eyes. "Yes," I said. Judge Voss stood. That woman was me. No one breathed. Before anyone could speak, she ordered the clerk to open a sealed packet just delivered to Chambers. Inside were declassified records, deployment logs, command verification, a commendation with my name on it. My name. Not invented, not borrowed, mine. She dismissed the case with prejudice, then looked at my parents. Your daughter saved my life. The court will not help you erase her. Outside, reporters shouted questions I no longer needed to answer. My mother never came after me. My father stopped at the courthouse doors, but said nothing. That night I took my uniform from the cedar chest, laid it across my bed, and said my name aloud, not like a defense, but like a fact. Lena Mercer.